Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Nick Saban is complaining again. What else is new? I know. I get it. Grass is green, water is wet, the sky is blue. Nick Saban complaining about something in the college football world. Surprise, surprise. You know, this one came out not too long ago. College football world blasts Nick Saban for ridiculous complaint. Nick Saban coming out complaining about three possible opponents in the new SEC scheduling. You know, I was going to make a video on this one, but I let it go. I'm more focused on recruiting. I'm more focused on Tennessee heading into spring practice. We're going to continue that coverage later today and later tonight, but enough is enough. I have to talk about Nick Saban, and here's what he's complaining about. He's complaining about the three regular SEC opponents as Tennessee moves into this new scheduling format. Now, the rumor is that Alabama is going to get Tennessee, Auburn, and LSU every single season and then rotate the other six opponents. Now, this is what makes me laugh. Nick Saban, you know, why are you going to complain? Nick Saban's going to complain about having to play Tennessee every year, a team that you beat for 15 years straight. Now, all of a sudden, Tennessee gets that W. Josh Heupel stock up, Nick Saban stock down, and now the GOAT, the alleged GOAT. I've called him the GOAT, but now he has to complain. I think Nick Saban's on the way out. I just don't think – I think he's done. I think the game is passing him by. Here are some of the funny responses to Nick Saban's complaint about having to play LSU, Auburn, and Tennessee. They're talking about, I think poor Alabama should not be forced to play LSU every year. Great point, Nick. Hashtag justice for Saban. Here's one. I mean, anything that didn't result in Bama getting Tennessee, Auburn, and either LSU or Mississippi State would have been kind of odd, right? Well, not according to Nick Saban. Here's a good one. Breaking out the world's tiniest violin. Another one, let's be honest, these seem like three logical, right? I get that he wants at least one easier opponent, but those three are money makers every season. All are almost guaranteed 4 million plus viewers, regardless of circumstances. Jerry Hennon says they probably came to it by realizing Mississippi State could not, in fact, play Ole Miss, LSU, Auburn, Alabama, Texas A&M, Kentucky, and Arkansas as permanent rivals. That's a good point because, you know, I mean, that's part of it. You know, it's like Tennessee losing the Florida rivalry, Tennessee losing the Georgia rivalry. That's going to happen when you're talking about three regular opponents. We'll see. We'll see once everything is finalized how this thing shakes out. But this is my favorite. I like this one. LOL, lol, ROFL. We should move to a 9-game conference. Nick Saban, no, not like that. Give us the easier games, then go to a 9-game conference. Tennessee, Auburn, and LSU makes complete sense. So again, that was a couple of days ago. Started to make a video about it, kind of let it go, but Nick Saban back at it again, and this time his complaint a little bit more directed at Tennessee. We're going to get into it, talk about it. As always, you guys know what to do. Smash the thumbs up. That's just below the video. It's quick, free, easy. It helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you are new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not media. This channel is for the fans, by the fans, the heartbeat of the Tennessee fan base. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notification. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Tons of content coming your way this month. Again, we're going to continue to break down the position groups as we head into spring practice. Going to be talking about the running backs a little bit after lunchtime today. Make sure you come back and check that out. Talked about the quarterbacks, talked about the wide receivers already in the last couple of days. If you missed those, go give them a watch. The video yesterday on the wide receivers, really good video. Go check that out. Then we'll be live tonight. We're going to go live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time, breaking down the entire offense. So come hang out for that. But let's go take a look at Nick Saban once again doing what Nick Saban does, and that is crying. He is going to cry. Let's go take a look at Ross Dellinger. You can see here and right there the pinned tweet, Nick Saban crying. You scroll down, more Nick Saban crying. Here's the tweet. It says Nick Saban supports players earning NIL, but he suggests collectives are creating a pay-for-play environment. He tells SI Now, guys are going to school where they can make the most money. A Q&A with Bama's coach on NIL, clock rule changes, and more. We're just going to kind of take the headlines from this and kind of run with it. But it's comical to me. A coach that, you know, at one point in time was bragging about his quarterback making $1 million, using it as recruiting. Come to Alabama. Look what our quarterback's making. You can do the same. Now when things start, when this is the, again, top of the video, grass is green, water is wet. Nick Saban's always complaining. Why does he complain? When does Nick Saban complain? It's always when he loses the advantage. That's when Nick Saban starts to complain. That's when Nick Saban goes to Greg Sankey and starts saying, you got to change this. You got to fix this. Fix this now, Greg. Fix NIL because it's not working to my advantage. I no longer have the advantage, and I don't like it. Why is Nick Saban the GOAT? Is it because he's always had an advantage? I don't know. You tell me. But here he is complaining about NIL collectives just so recently. Really, not recently. It's been since NIL was a thing. Spire Sports Group, the #1 NIL collective in the country. Numerous times that's been put out there that Spire Sports Group is the top NIL collective, that they are ahead of the game. And you can get involved in NIL. You want to continue to build this Tennessee roster, continue to get behind Josh Heupel and what they're doing. We have a link in the description below where you can become a member of the volunteer club. You contribute money to NIL at Tennessee, and they kick a little something back to you. You get autographs. You get access to some of the athletes. It's a good deal. You give a little something, you get a little something, and we rebuild this Tennessee football program, and we piss off Nick Saban in the process. But Nick Saban is now complaining, pay for play. Well, not too long ago when you were bragging about your quarterback, everything was fine in the world, Nick. Now Nick has a problem. And I don't know how much money Alabama's NIL collective has. I don't know where they're at exactly in the game. I'm sure Alabama is just fine. But again, the complaints come because Nick doesn't have the advantage in the NIL world. What else is Nick complaining about? Well, we just continue to scroll down the timeline. It's all over it. Since in the debate over removing plays from college games, Nick Saban has a suggestion. Allow a defense to substitute on offense after an offense gets a first down. Let me read that again. Reading's a difficult thing. Allow a defense to sub after an offense gets a first down. Now, here's the quote from Nick Saban. Always looking out for player safety. That's what Nick Saban's all about. He says, when a team can snap the ball within 7 seconds of the play clock, is that really good for player safety? That's what Nick Saban is concerned about, is player safety. It's comical to me, right? It's comical. The high-paced, up-tempo, high-octane offense. Once Josh Heupel brings it to the SEC, everybody's got a problem with it. Everybody wants to call it a gimmick offense, which is just hilarious. It's hilarious to me. Is it a gimmick offense to score 46.1 points per game? Is it a gimmick offense to be the #1 scoring offense in the country? Is it a gimmick offense to be 3rd nationally in rushing touchdowns, 6th nationally in passing touchdowns, 7th nationally in passing yards, 24th nationally in rushing yards, 4th in total yards, 1st nationally in yards per game? Is that a gimmick? Because if that's a gimmick, sign me up for a gimmick every single day of the week and twice on Sunday. What are we going to do? We're going to remove the three-point line from the NBA. What if you can't stop a pick and roll? Do we remove that from the game of basketball because you can't figure out how to stop it? Maybe Jeremy Pruitt should have called up Greg Sankey and said, hey, can we remove the slant pattern? I can't figure out how to freaking stop it, and it's a disadvantage. In the name of player safety, let's get rid of it. What if you can't figure out how to stop the read option? Do you get rid of it? Is it a gimmick, or do you just not know how to stop it? Which one is it? And I love the fact that Nick Saban has to resort to player safety. That's what it's all about. It's about player safety. Give me a break. When your players put their hands on female fans, you're claiming player safety. Get out of here, Nick Saban. The game has passed you by. It's too far gone. Always complaining, whether it's NIL, whether it's scheduling, whether it's not being able to keep up with Josh Heupel's offense. Nick Saban always has something to complain about. And again, he does it every time he does not have the advantage. That's the key. That's the point. Stock up, Josh Heupel. Stock down, Nick Saban. It is a great time to be a Tennessee Vol, and Nick Saban, once again, complaining. You guys know what to do. Hit the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. A lot to unpack there. The scheduling, also complaining about NIL, and complaining about the speed of play. And smash that thumbs up on the way out the door, and go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin' VAWLS Network. You can go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin' VAWLS. Appreciate any and all support. Thank you to all the members of the channel. You guys keep the lights on around here. If you want to join the channel, hit that join button down below. Just right beside the subscribe button, there's a little button that says join. You become a member of this channel for less than $1 a month. That's it, just $1. $1 a month. You get access to custom Talking Balls emojis, fan call-in shows. We got one of those coming up towards the end of the month. We do watch parties. You get a power T beside your name. More importantly, you're saying, Boogie, I dig the content. I appreciate the hard work you're doing, and I want to support you. Here's $1 a month, and I would greatly appreciate it. If not, that's cool. Smash the thumbs up, hit the comment section, and let's talk about Tennessee football. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talking Balls Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.